What's up mga Nocturnes? Welcome muli sa Nocturnal Sage, a guide for those left in the dark. Ako nga pala si Kuya N, ang inyong panganay sa klase at ako na rin ang class president. May bilin pala no si Sir Jeremy sa atin. Sabi niya mag-advance reading daw tayo tungkol sa text. Sino dito mahilig mag-text? Uso pa ba kaya ang text? Mas uso na ngayon yung, 'di ba, mga chat, yung sa Messenger, hindi na masyado dun sa yung kailangan mo pa magpa-load. Parang ano na yan malapit na yatang malaos kung lahat umaasa na lang sa internet, sa data. Kasi nga 'di ba, ngayon the online class na lahat. Saan ka pa, 'di ba? Kung load lang naman ang pinag-uusapan saka internet sa pagitan ng dalawa, paano mo na mapaparating yung iniisip mo, nararamdaman, kundi sa pamamagitan ng chat room. So yung text, medyo hindi na siya nagiging uso. Pero, yun ba talaga usapan natin sa klase niya? Hindi, ano lang yun, parang doon lang talaga manggagaling yung ating discussion sa kanya mamaya. Hindi tungkol sa pagtitext per se, pero may kinalaman sa mismong letra na sinusulat natin. So yun yung pag-aaralan natin ngayon, yung text. Paano ba maituturing na isang text ang isang grupo ng mga salita? Pwede ba maging text ang kahit ako, pwede ba maging text? Yung mga ganun bang pilosopong mga tanong, itatanong natin pwede natin itanong sa kanya mamaya, di ba? Malapit na dumating si Sir Jeremy. Brace yourselves. Wow, nagpapa-English na rin ako And let's have the class. Oh English me, oh English me, gusto kong matuto ng Ingles pero hindi alam kung paano. So for this part, we're going to tackle the lesson on text structure, language use that will be postponed until the next episodes. Okay? For this episode, we're merely going to answer the first essential question. What is a text? Okay, reminder, what are essential questions again? Essential questions are the most important questions that you're going to make for this course. Now, how do we determine what's important? Important means that it's a question that you may have to ask yourselves for the rest of your lives, even after graduation from school, when you begin your respective careers as paid professionals in the future. That's what we mean by essential questions. It's not merely a yes or no answer. And what is topical doing here? Topical means that these questions are limited to the lesson at hand. So for this case, we're dealing with questions related to text structure only. Overarching essential questions are the questions that you will have to ask yourselves repeatedly and answer at the end of the course. The essential question, the overarching one for EAP is, what is the best way of writing and reading effectively? Now, the objective for tonight is to determine the structure of a specific academic text. The second one, differentiate language used in academic texts from various disciplines. We'll do that in the latter half of the course, all right? So that you don't get overwhelmed. Academic text structure. I want you to sort the following jumbled sentences. You see here codes on the second column, right? What I want you to do is to rearrange the letters, okay, depending on your chosen order. These sentences, as you see on screen, are disorganized. If you read through them, you see that they don't make sense. So that's your job. I'll be giving you 10 seconds to rearrange them. Alright, let's see what we have. The correct arrangement is B, E, A, D, C. Now, let's analyze. B introduces the topic. Ambassadors have to choose their words. This is like the whole point of the paragraph. If you analyze the latter sentences, they support what sentence B states. Sentences E, A are the sequence. They outline how ambassadors what I call that, they explain rather the necessity of ambassadors having to choose their words, how they're going to apply that lesson. And they could choose their words carefully if they live ceremonial lives and if they don't run too far beyond that of the local people with whom they have to deal. What does this mean, Sir Jeremy? English me. What we mean by, as officials, their sentence A, okay, is that ambassadors have certain plans for the country where they're assigned. Let's say I'm a Filipino ambassador based in America. I may have plans for the nation itself, what I believe should be policies for that would benefit my countrymen from the Philippines, the OFWs there in America, but my ideals shouldn't contradict the American standards of living, the American way. I still have to reconcile my ideals as a foreigner because I'm still a foreigner. Even if I'm representing the Philippines, I'm still in a foreign land. That is in America. So I may have plans, projects, but I should make sure that they're aligned with the laws that the locals are following, the Americans, that is. Now, what do you think is the reason for the next sentences in the sequence? Why their position is like that? Okay, it's because sentence D further elaborates EA. When we say ambivalent, okay, what is ambivalence? Ambivalence is the mixed feeling of you feel good and at the same time you don't feel good. Ambassadors are treated as aliens and at the same time they're treated as if they're companions or partners in crime. But they cannot the locals cannot remove the idea that ambassadors again are foreigners and that they may affect undesired changes in their country of assignment. Yes, they're welcome, but at the same time they're feared. That's the ambivalence this is referring to. Now, why is C the last? Because C is an elaboration of D. Okay, going back to the Filipino ambassador me based in America, I'm aware that our president has cut ties with the US, and if I become assigned there with that kind of situation, then the way that I deal with the American locals would be like I'm trying to deal with them peacefully. I want to befriend them, but because of what the president did, what he said about America being two-faced, not being transparent, it may affect my relationship with them. I have to deny or ignore that part that I know, which involves the president trying to break free from the shackles of American support. Our president, Duterte, wants the Philippines to be as independent as other nations and now no longer be reliant on America. He wants to break that. So if I become an ambassador there in the States representing the Filipinos, that is one of the things that I have to consider when choosing my words carefully, that is. I should not let that bias influence too much my dealings with my American counterparts. If I really want to protect the rights of the OFWs there. What is a text? A text is basically a stretch of language which is perceived as a purposeful connected whole. Anything, any system of signs, any systems of symbols, as long as they are meaningful, put together for a specific purpose, they're considered a text. Remember the nature of language. Language is defined as a set of signs and symbols that convey a culturally recognized meaning. Look at the letters of the Roman alphabet. We combine letters because we want to convey meaning. That's our purpose. And depending on how we combine the letters, we would convey different meanings. That is why they're considered a text. It doesn't have to be written all the time. It can be spoken as well. We have what we call oral text, oral literature. If you revisit the epics that you have studied, they were transmitted through verbal storytelling before they were popularized through writing. They can be considered texts because they were purposefully connected. And also it can be produced by one person or more. We have what we call speech choir, and it's created by text internal cohesion and text external coherence. Let's review our reading and writing skills. Cohesion means the way the sentences and paragraphs within a text are glued together. That is why we use transitional devices. First, let me tell you about my life 10 years ago. Second, I will narrate to you my life right now. And lastly, I will tell you the kind of life that I may be living in the next 25 years. First, second, lastly, these are the words which make the sentences that I've just used glued together well. That's cohesion. Cohesive is the adjective form. Coherence, it refers to the overall sense of the text. As you can see on this slide, in coherence, we just look at the main idea. What is the text all about? Revisiting the example that I've just said about my life before, now, and in the future, the main thought that you may get from that is simply my life before, during, and after this. That's the coherence. Cohesion is when you look at my use of first, secondly, and lastly. A text can also come in various forms and number of words. Yes, we have books, we have poems, we have essays, we have plays, and yes, even one word notices like danger, stop, look, listen. They can be texts. Why again? What qualifies a text? How can a text be a text? Is if they are, yes, purposefully connected. Purposeful. Okay, when we say purposeful, there's a reason why they're connected. And the why is the meaning. Now, what is an academic text then? So that is what we'll be studying for the first half of this course. Academic texts. Not just literature, not just poems, okay? Not just short stories. That's junior high English. This one, we're talking about scholarly essays that you may have read during your UCSP, right? The UCSP reader, which some of you may have been frustrated about it, but you're taking up this course because you want to understand those kinds of texts, as you cannot avoid them when you go to university. In the next episode, we're going to talk about the different parts of a paragraph and different types. So that's it for this lecture. Oh English me, oh English me, gusto kong matuto ng Ingles pero hindi alam kung paano. Sino ang magtuturo? Gusto kong matuto na talaga. Oh English me. Word of the night. Tete. Noun. Kung sino ang first three na makakapag-comment sa baba ng kahulugan at ng sarili niyang sentence, magkakaroon ng special mention sa susunod na episode. Kaya ano pa hinihintay nyo, Nocturnes? Mag-comment na kayo sa baba bago pa mawala yung chance para sa exposure. Gaya ng nasabi, like, comment, and subscribe para hindi nyo ma-miss yung mga susunod na episodes. Saka, oo nga pala, i-share nyo rin to sa mga kakilala nyo, kaibigan nyo. Maging good Samaritan naman kayo. I-share nyo tong content na to kasi bihira lang yung mga may access sa mga reference materials. Basta lalo na sa senior high school, konti pala yung mga books na nare-reproduce. Saka isa ito sa mga ginagawa ni Sir Jeremy para sa mga estudyante kagaya natin na gusto natin matuto, di ba? Hindi natin alam kung sino yung makakapagturo sa atin ng libre, no? So, bilang kuya nyo dito sa classroom, gawin nyo naman din yung part nyo. Supportahan nyo yung channel na to, no? Saka mag-suggest din kayo ng mga topics na sa tingin nyo kailangan ninyo. Hindi lang naman kailangan yung lahat puro nasa curriculum guide ni Sir Jeremy. Pwedeng yung base sa personal yung experience, ano bang mga kasanayan na yung kailangan ninyong hasain pagdating sa pagsusulat, pagbabasa ng English. Sumali din kayo sa ating private Facebook group private Facebook group. Yung link nasa baba lang. Saka mag-request lang kayo for membership tapos i-approvehan namin. Basta kung talagang sa tingin ninyo ay totoo kayong nocturne at andun yung kagustuhan ninyong matuto. Kaya salamat sa muling pagtangkilik nyo sa palabas ng Nocturnal Sage. Sa susunod ulit, next Tuesday, 8 p.m. para sa susunod na episode. This is Nocturnal Sage, a guide for those left in the dark.